Two questions I get asked a lot of times are how my skin looks so flawless and why my makeup does not look like makeup. I'm gonna show you the techniques and how I achieve it. It all lies in the way you prep your skin and how you layer each and every product. It's hardly about, the most expensive of the makeup brands or products, but more about knowing how to use them. Hello, my name is Neha and welcome back to another video on NG Beauty. For me, an everyday makeup is about being quick, something that's comfortable on the skin, something that enhances my features, and the one that can last through the long day ahead. And with all that said, let's get into it. So the first and extremely important step is a skin prep. Though you can start this right away, like just before your makeup, but the key lies in consistently doing it for extended periods of time. I have been following a multi-step skincare routine for a few years now, and I must say it really is worth the time and money you put into it. Starting with the vitamin C serum after I cleanse. This is my second time using this product and so far I like it. I keep massaging and rubbing it into the skin until I feel like it's fully dried. Also taking it to the neck and nape area. This is a recent found and so far I like this product. I'm using here the Phyto Solution Serum from Vichy. To fight off the humidity here, I wanted something that helps reduces sebum and excess oil production. The next and the last step for my skin prep is using a sunscreen. I'm using the Nivea Sun, which provides SPF 50. It controls shine and gives a matte effect. Use quite enough to cover my entire face, neck and nape area. The things that I really like about this sunscreen is it doesn't sting my eyes and it doesn't leave any white cast. Now my skin looks ready, let's go ahead with the makeup. To minimize the enlarged pores appearance, I'm using here Poreless Primer from e.l.f. Cosmetics. I'll not apply it on the entire face but keeping it focused on targeted areas only. This primer also gives me a mattifying effect which I really need in this humid weather. Just checking in if the product is well applied and blended properly. At this stage, I will also apply primer to my eyelids. I'm using here Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer. In case of wearing eyeshadow, primers are very important because they help your eyeshadow to stay put for longer and also they will help them not to crease as much as they would without them. Starting with the foundation, I'm using here a mix with Maybelline Superstay 36 Warm Sun and L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte 108.4. I'm trying to get the closest match to my skin tone. While I use my foundation, I make sure the first thing that I apply on my face is right in here and I don't take anything on the outer periphery of my face. Once all the frontal part is blended, I just take whatever is left from my sponge to the other areas of my face. While using foundation, I find this technique so helpful because it just makes your makeup base look so like skin. I still have a lot left, so I'll use this right under my eyes and the areas where I feel I need more coverage. Now taking a concealer, adding a little more brightness under eyes. For now, I will blend it using the same beauty blender and make sure it's evenly spread. Whatever is left on the beauty blender, I will use that on the top of the lid as well. Adding tiny more bits around the mouth, nose and the bridge of the nose. And using the same beauty blender, I will blend all of this in, making sure there are no harsh lines, it's evenly blended. Now we need to set all the creamy foundation and concealers with a setting powder. I'm using here Hourglass Ambient Pressed Powder. You can use any powder of your choice. I'm just more gravitated towards the pressed setting powder as they give a little more coverage. checking in the finish up close. I keep doing this in between as I move through the process. Now going ahead and adding some dimension to the face to the flat base. I'm using here NYX non-filter finishing powder. I bought it online. It's a wrong shade. It's not a contour product, but it is the right shade that I can use for contouring on my skin tone. This is a targeted application and I keep dabbing it in instead of rubbing it in, so the underneath layer of foundation does not move. You see me putting the product first on my hand and then on my face. This will help me avoid any patchy application on the face directly. During application, if you see any harsh lines, you can always go with the same sponge and blend everything in. Adding the same contour to my jawline just to make it appear more sharp and defined. Ensuring here all the colors that I'm using are well blended and there are no harsh lines. Now getting on to the blush, I'm using here e.l.f. Cosmetics blush palette. It comes with 4 colors and each of these colors are so nice, so well suited on my skin tone. For today, I'm going to just mix all of them and apply it. And whatever is left on the brush, I'll use it on the tip of my nose, around the hairline and on the chin. I'm using the Beauty Blender here to pick any extra product if there might be. It also helps to make your makeup look like more skin. Moving on to the eyeshadow, I'm using the same e.l.f. Cosmetics blush palette to save on some time. Starting with my finger, dabbing and spreading the color across the entire lid. Once done, using any eyeshadow brush, just blending in the edges so the harsh lines are gone. Now choosing a different color from the same palette and pinching the brush so it is not fluffy anymore, I'm going to go under my lash line. Moving on to the brows, using a KVD eyeshadow palette. Yes, it is not a brow palette, it's an eyeshadow palette. I'm mixing here 2 different shades, black and brown, to get the closest match of color to my brows. Filling in and shaping them. I usually start from the center of the brow and then move to and fro. Like this, I feel it gives the best application. So on a regular day, I don't really use any eyeliners or anything. I just use a mascara and I feel that just opens up my eyes and I don't have to use any eye pencil or any eyeliners. For everyday use, I really like this mascara from Maybelline Push Up Angel. It really gives the perfect lashes, not too bulky, not too voluminous. And it has the perfect wand size for the lower lashes, and that is excellent. And moving on to the lips, I'm using a lip liner from Luna Cosmetics. This is something that I got from Ipsy and it is so amazing. The color, the texture, it's really creamy and it just glides on. On a regular day, I like to keep my lipsticks matte because with glosses, I feel you really need to put some effort to, maintain them throughout the day. But with matte lipsticks, it's like it's put and done. For filling in the lips, I'm going ahead with NYX Cosmetics Soft Matte Lip Cream. This lip color formula is really amazing. It's matte, it stays put and is comfortable at the same time. Adding on some foundation to my neck and nape area so they look exactly the same color as my face, otherwise I will look like a clown. I'm using a brush here so it's easier to blend and spread the product. Using a makeup setting spray to set all my makeup. Trying to speed up the drying process here. And once the setting spray is 50 to 60% dry, I'll go ahead with the same dampened beauty sponge and blend it all in again. Now moving on to the last step here, spot concealing. You can skip this step if you don't need it. I have few issues here and there on my skin, so I'm just going to cover it up with Milani Cosmetics Creamy and Hydrating Concealer. And once the concealer is dried, I'll go ahead with the same powder brush without any product on and just blend everything in. And just like that, I'm ready. And that was all. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned from the tutorial. I'll see you all in my next video. Until then, stay tuned, stay beautiful.